Continuing, it says many victims of electronic harassment that I've spoken with have a strong hatred for former President Bush and his Vice President Dick Cheney. They place a large amount of the blame on the Bush administration for their targeting, mostly because of his passing of the Patriot Act, which does deeply infringe upon our rights to privacy. So that's how you show you that it's all systematic. It wasn't a coincidence that you had Daddy Bush, then you had fucking Clinton, then Bush Jr., and then Obama. And they all just chilling, kicking it. You know, there's a picture with all of them. Now you got Republicans and Democrats. You got two fucking Republicans and two Democrats. So if you really think that it's like people at odds, but like, come on, because it's all about this system. And it's the truth. That Patriot Act, now you would have no privacy like that. That's why street cameras and cameras every fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's cameras on the bus. You get off the bus got fucking 25 cameras on it. It's seeing what's down. I can see you seeing what's going on the bus, especially now while you got these bus drivers having to put hands on these nigga bitches. Yeah, I mean, like I say, because Cleveland known for it. Like I say, we make a little joke about it because it's just funny. It's only in Cleveland that a bitch want to be a man, and then she keep on running up on men. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing about that union. Like, these motherfuckers, it's been people that's been known to kill motherfuckers. Motherfucker walking across the street, and they done hit this motherfucker and killed them, and they didn't lose their job. So you really think they're going to lose a job? And that's why, if you watch that, that bitch was poking him in the face and everything. And he was beating her ass so bad, it was men on that bus. It was an Edomite. He wouldn't even get up out the chair. It was a Jake on there. Jake up there like, man, chill out. But he didn't touch him at all. That bitch that's a judgment. She deserved that shit. Like, the fuck? Like, come on, man. I can understand some shit getting at you and you go crazy for a second, but it's like too much privilege in here. That's why it say in the book of Isaiah that they gonna smell they stink. These hoes gonna, when it gets so bad, they ain't gonna be able to wash their ass and they pussy. And then while you walking around proud as fuck like you the shit, bitch, how you gonna walk around that day when you smell like shit? Continuing. However, this type of experimentation started in the 1960s, long before Bush ever thought about running for president. The technology, that's how you know it's all automatically set up. Like, for me just reading this book, which I'm glad through the spirit I grabbed it, you'll find out like they was doing experimentations with HARP, and then that's how the HARP machine, that's how they come up with this other technology, because there was some technology or experiments that happened beforehand. That's why the book called Guinea Pigs. Shit, I mean, like, and they use and test they citizens, that they supposed, and you got motherfuckers still believe, I remember when I was homeless, motherfuckers just sit up there, they ain't just gonna cut off the food stamps. It'll be a fucking, like, man, you don't even see what these motherfuckers about to do. Like, they owe you something. That's the thing. They look at it like we don't owe you shit. To show you how bugged out they is though. Like I said, you get paid off a tax dollar, and then to show you how full of shit this system is, a worker's not supposed to be getting taxed. This is their system. Their system say, if you just a regular know who's supposed to get taxed? It's the corporations and shit. The business owner, he's supposed to get taxed. But on wages, you're not supposed to get, because like that's a working, living wage. You're not supposed to get taxed on that. Yet still, they figured out some kind of way. That's why these stupid ass women think that they just gave a fuck about them so much. And we're going to liberate you. They let you get in the workplace so they could tax you too. Because at one point in time, they couldn't tax a woman. It was one fucking income. And then especially when motherfuckers went over to the war, so they over there fighting the war, so who was actually producing shit? So the women joined the workforce. That was like a whole, when them men came back, even though them women probably had some ideas in their head, but they was raised a certain kind of way. They women still wasn't as fucking reckless and out of control as these women here today. These women today is fucked up, man. And if you don't think that, then you fucking stupid. Ain't no way a woman should both be, like I said, and a weak ass nigga that stand up for that shit. I got daughters. At the end of the day, no, I'm not gonna allow you to disrespect my daughters and whatnot, but I'll never have put it in their head that they a fucking man. How are you any like we equal in any kind of way? We not. You can't lift as much as me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's things that you're specifically designed to do that a man can't, and vice versa. But I'm just saying to show you how much the Edomite is the devil for real. And to show you how that tongue really has power. He done convinced motherfuckers to really believe that. And that day when it's so fucked up out here, man, you ain't gonna want no, I ain't gonna say, I mean, like some women, if they had the right mindset, I mean, the right woman can make a man make $1 billion. Real talk. But majority of these women, you know what I mean, like it's all about them. It's saying scripture, I'm not gonna go get it, but it's saying scripture. It said a woman's glory, it says the glory of a man is a woman. And the glory of a woman is her fucking hair. Yeah, let me continue. It says the technology behind electronic harassment has been refined over decades as advances in technology have made it easier and easier to deploy. President Obama promising governmental transparency has had the most State Department we have ever had. Many victims of electronic harassment felt certain that the promises of transparency will translate into disclosure of the technology being used against us, and their torture would cease upon his election. But that show you how sleep and stupid our people is. That's why they call them, not just our people, because you got to remember, we don't make a majority of America. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Israelites here, but, you know, statistically, I can believe that, you know what I mean? But then again, though, you can't even trust Esau because Esau and then Jake like to fuck. Jake, because we oppressed. So what do? This is like when you oppressed, when shit ain't going right, what do? You go get drunk, you go get high, you gonna figure, you know, you gonna get, you know what I mean? Like you gonna find something that's gonna take your mind off of it. And fucking do that sometimes. You know, when you done woke up the next day, yeah. But you cool for that moment. You might even be cool. I deal with the little bullshit today. You know what I mean? Like you bust a good nut. That's male or female, vice versa. Because the women busting nuts too if you hitting the right spot. So my point is, Jake is oppressed in this place. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna even be more so because, like I said, if you can't literally see that, like you're being oppressed when they're watching every fucking thing you're doing. Ain't that funny that you got a camera on every corner and come on, there's cameras in these fucking TVs and shit on these phones. They probably got a technology they can hit a button and see who the fuck, because everything has a number, just like everybody got a social security card. So I'm sure they could spy, eavesdrop on your shit. Like you got, man, a majority of this shit is military, like technology. You know what I mean? Like the cell phone was first created for the armies and militaries to communicate. Then they released it to the public. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have a lot of politicians have their money in stocks of certain companies. Yeah. Yeah. It says he going in on Obama too. I skipped some pages. I'm gonna read this part. It says, at the time of writing this, we have seen severe upheavals across the globe. Several European countries have seen economic collapse, necessitating them to turn to the International Monetary Fund for financial aid. And go check into that, the International Monetary Fund. You got to remember, these is like separate corporations. Like motherfuckers think the Federal Reserve is a government entity and it's not. It's a private fucking group of people. You know what I mean? Like that's a private thing. They just put federal on it because they know niggas stupid. So nigga, oh yeah, that's government. No, the government go get money from the federal. Anyhow, several European countries have seen economic collapse, necessitating them to turn to the International Monetary Fund for financial aid. In exchange for bailout finances, those countries in need must turn over a percentage of control to the IMF. Cyprus was bailed out financially by the European Union, who ordered the government of Cyprus to confiscate a percentage of the wealth of the populace by taking money out of their checking savings accounts. So let me take the time to really meditate on that. So the country was fucked up, the government was fucked up. They went and motherfucking asked the IMF, borrow some money. They said, okay, we're gonna do that, but you got to do this. Now, everybody's like, say for instance, I could be in a building. I live in a government funded building, right? So everybody pretty much receive food stamps here, right? So everybody could have got their food stamps, and I might not touch mine. Everybody else like spent theirs. So okay, boom. When it come time, now I'm about to spend mine. But what they're saying is they took the money out. So put it like this: everybody wasn't financially fucked up over there, but yet and still now you got, you know what I'm saying. And by a push of a button, that's just like what happened in Venezuela. Everybody in Venezuela wasn't no fucking. They give you these third world country concepts as if like these everybody only people that was civilized is America. When America's a very savage ass place for real. This is the one place you got, like I say, one of our most, well, it's not our, because I don't treasure that shit. But one of their most treasured buildings is the White House. And you got this prestige ass supposed to be White House, but across the street you got the ghetto. You know, to show you how prestige it is for real. Donald Trump don't live in the White House. Obama moved in that bitch, but Donald Trump don't live in that. Right. Because he know if a motherfucking ICBM might hit that bitch. And the wife don't move that. And first of all, his marriage ain't even that good. If you pay attention, like you got to watch body language. That's why sometimes you got to really pay attention. Motherfuckers pay attention to everything else, but to the wrong shit. They, like I said, and my demon told me something. I wasn't following that shit, but she a female. So she was like, she made a statement that Donald Trump's wife said she'll never live in there. And they never have. Then she ended up going there, but they still don't live in there. You gotta remember this, man. Anyhow, it says, news of this plan was leaked out through the media and run on the banks occurred. And it said, and a run on the banks occurred. And if you know what a bank run is, basically the bank takes your funds. So you ain't got access to your money, but you got stupid ass people still put all their trust. That's what I said. That's why we came out with Psalms 118. You putting your confidence in man. So you got people still putting their money in a fucking bank that's using your money. You'd be better off lightweight loaning your money to somebody as opposed to do. It ain't funny. That's how you know it's really witchcraft. A bank doesn't have to have. They can say they got $1 million, so they might only have 10. I think it's like they gotta have 10% of. Say for instance, you gave them $100,000, but they're using your money to make more money. So at the end of the day, they only gotta have like, they don't have to have your 100,000. They gotta have at least like 10,000 of it. Now, mind you, if you put 100,000 in, just imagine how many other people done put. Man, it's just like I said, Esau is a motherfucker. You know, I just want to read this one last part. News of this plan was leaked through the media and a run on the banks occurred with people pulling their cash out of their bank accounts. The economy in the United States has been artificially bolstered with government tax-funded bailouts of banking systems and continuation with the Federal Reserve printing more money to accommodate demand. So, right there, I'm gonna end the lesson right there. But I got one scripture I want to bring up because, like I said, I started with that Psalms 18 about putting the confidence in man. Trusted in the government and all that old retarded shit, when in actuality you focusing who you supposed to trust in. Slovakia says Slovakia. This is the book of Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Go into that word powers, that ain't it. G1849. Power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases. Physical and mental power, the power of authority, influence. The power of rule, of government, the power of him whose will and commands must be submitted by others and obeyed. Universally, authority over mankind, the power of judicial. This is the one I want. the leading and more powerful among created beings, superior to man, spiritual contentance, and E, the sign of regal authority. And who has the sign of regal authority? Yahweh Shah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. First the Most High, and then Yahweh Shah. It said, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. So although these governments are set up, that's all through the will. Everything is of the Most High. So these governments are set up because the Most High allowed it. People need to really go read the Bible for real. Like I said, you know how many more splendid kingdoms it was before this piece of shit ass place? And the Most High took all them out. So why the fuck you think this place gonna keep going on? And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, double honors to the apostles and elders. A great millstone taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, wishing their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwatani Akim Salaki. Akwatani, right, Salaki. The Akwatani Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it was an edifying video. Shalom to the confusion of face, brethren, join onto our ranks. Just shalom. Lord willing, I'm able to come at you with more lessons as soon as possible. And with that, I want to say shalom, and abad babal.